Taking a look at the interest rate markets today, I want to focus on the 10-year note. 10-year note down on the day. Heavy selling pressure this morning, and we saw it continue throughout the day. 123.03 right now is the low end of the range. 123.21 was the high. So we're seeing some continued selling pressure after we got some news this morning. We got some news overnight out of China, some exportation news that was stronger than expected, and that put some downside pressure on interest rates. And we continue this morning with some data coming in for the U.S. We saw import and export prices both higher than expected. So we have now seen continuation this week of the narrative of a little bit stronger economic structure than the market had anticipated even maybe a week and a half ago, and that continues to put downside pressure on the 10-year note. Looking at money flows also, you're seeing, I think, today particularly a significant money flows out of bonds and into the equity markets. That risk-on mentality seems to be taking shape today as we see the S&P 500 up over 2,900. So once again, it does appear that as you see this bond selling continuing for this past week, we are seeing now money flows going into the equity markets. Yields, we're seeing the 10-year firmly above 2.5 now. 2.56 is the yield today, and that's definitely the high end of the range for the last 3 weeks. We continue to see, again, this downward pressure on the 10-year note and yields bumping up to 1-month highs, basically. And again, that plays into the technicals in the market, the technical aspects of the market. We're seeing some downside pressure. We're seeing, again, the 10-year basically now putting in, after it reached the top a couple weeks ago, we're seeing a series of lower highs and lower lows. And there's some downside pressure here, and we're threatening now to break through that 50-day moving average on the 10-year, which comes in around the 122.91 level. So that's a level we're going to be watching closely next week, as once again, we see yields on the high end of the range for the last 3 weeks and the 10-year at the low end of the range at 123.03.